2020 day trade setups for today. So a couple of things that we need to pay attention to here, and I think the first very critical element is this trend line. So we came back, we tested it, buyer stepped in off that trend line and drove price up. Now if I just add my top trend line here, we get a triangle. Okay, now remember, whenever you get this kind of setup inside a channel, and pretty much a channel, something like that, had a bit of a fake out there, came back, tested the bottom of the channel, back to the middle of the channel. I actually think that was a Fibonacci level, just above a Fibonacci level. Well, let's delete it. So basically what we have here is a channel, and then we've got this consolidation inside the channel. So this is either or type situation at the moment that is brewing. It's either we're going up, we're going to break through, and this channel is going to continue, or this congestion here that's forming this triangle is basically looking for another move to the downside to break this channel. Now you can see how the buyers are waiting at the end of the channel and not really wanting this market to drop. I mean, that's pretty much based on what the Feds are doing at the moment. So the data that came out yesterday, GDP was better than expected, but apart from that, everything was as bad as what everybody's expecting, I suppose. Nothing really new in there. And we still have this double bottom in play. Just want to check a Fibonacci here, because this is we've kind of hovered around the 61.8 and got going again. I'm a little bit skeptical. Yeah, this is sideways. It's been sideways all week. Typically, what happens in these scenarios, it either continues sideways, or for some reason we get a catalyst that drives it to the upside. But Fridays are typically a selling day as well. So I just want to come down to the hour. There's nothing really I can see on the 3 hour. And you see on the hour, it does look like a rounding bottom. You can see low, 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 higher, low, higher, low. So that is pretty much a rounding bottom. We've broken through the structure here. Let's just keep that in and keep that in and delete everything else. And then let's do this. Right, so that zone that we're in at the moment is one that we need to clear, come back and test, and I'd be interested in along pretty much to the top of this trend line. Okay, as I said before, I'm not really interested in shorts on this thing. Trend is still up. We're going to have to break, and I'll pretty much move this up. We have to get below the swing low now. So previously it was the swing low that we're looking at. Now I'm a little bit more comfortable to say we need to get through 25,050. I suppose 2,500 is probably still the area we need to break through. 25,077 is the area we need to get through, and then obviously we need to come back and test that area and then start making lower lows. That will get me long. That will get me short. Okay. For now, this area that we're in right now, and I can probably extend this thing to those tails there, and you can see that's the area we need to watch. So when we come back to the hour here, if we don't clear this area here, then I would expect us to come back down and test these lows again. But if we do clear this area and come back and hover inside there and start making higher lows, that's pretty much going to be an area for me to look for longs. And as I say, pretty much to the trend line, which is not only 200 points. So guys, what I'm doing now is pretty much what I do every morning. So totally unprepared, just looking for the opportunities to see what we see and whether we want to be trading today or not. And basically, when you are confused as to what is actually going to transpire, then your opportunities are limited and you shouldn't be trading. And that's pretty much where I'm heading at the moment. I see we have a rounding bottom. I see we have a potential inverse head and shoulders here. So we do have sort of that kind of measured move in play, which takes us to there, which is the previous breakout on the 15 minutes. And that's pretty much the trade that I see is a move to the upside, either to 26,052 or alternatively 26,200. And then it's a take profit area, get out of it and wait for the next setup. And that's pretty much what I see at the moment. And I've had to come down to 15 minutes to spot that. If you come back to the hour, you've got a similar kind of scenario, but I'm very wary of this, what do you want to call it, this congestion that we have here. I just want to delete that. I'm very wary. If I look to the left, I can see, look at all this selling and buying that happened inside between these two levels here. So pretty wary of it. Strong move up, consolidation, expecting a second move of this, which will more than likely target 26.05, 26.050. After that, I think it's a case of sit on hands and wait. This trend line has been fairly strong, so I'd need to see a pretty solid break above it. And I'd also be looking at a horizontal level, and this is my inside tail here. You can see there's a lot that ties up with this level here. So we'd need to clear 26,243 and test it for me to be holding on to longs for any extended period of time. Okay, so at the moment, that's my confused outlook on the Dow. There is structure here. Delete all of that. There is structure, but we are consolidating, and that is my big concern. And when you zoom out into like 4-hour or 3-hour or even an 8-hour, you can see the moving averages pointing to the downside. It's not pointing up. It's sort of flattish to down. We're coming back up to test breakouts at the moment. So, there is merit to be looking for. I mean, there's one breakout there, and here's another breakout right here. You see all the buyers that stepped in off this level. So there is merit to be watching this very closely to see us fail for a move to the downside. Okay. And then on lower time frames, there's merit and measured moves to the upside to get above it again. So I think the safest play for me today is pretty much leave this thing alone. We are going sideways. We are in a triangle. There's opportunities for up and down at the moment. It's nothing that you want to be trading. Okay. And I think just before we close off, I just wanted to have a look at the Bull Williams quickly. Yeah. Okay. So you can see Bull Williams had a crossover on the 8-hour, pretty much going nowhere there. Bull Williams pretty much works on the 15 minutes with the Dow. As you can see, we are trending up, which is the lower time frame, pretty much moving to the upside. Half hour will be the same, and I think the hour will also be the same. Yeah, we've had a crossover, we're moving up. But the minute you start going to the higher time frames, we're coming back to test a breakout and a move to the downside. So looking at the 4-hour needs to get above these fractals here before, from a Bull Williams perspective, the trend is up. So anyway, just always a good indicator of what is happening with the trend. And if you look at the daily, the Bull Williams is going, well, not the Bull Williams, the alligator is going to sleep. In other words, moving averages are pretty much flattening out, meaning that we are going into a range or in a range, which we are in a range. Okay, yeah, so I think for me, leaving this thing alone, not bothering with anything at the moment. If you are going to trade this thing, you need to be scalping inside the triangle and pretty much off a 15-minute time frame or a 5-minute time frame for that matter. Hope that helps, and we'll catch up with you later. Cheers for now.